Far Cry was a no-show at the Ubisoft Forward Showcase other than a Netflix cartoon reveal inspired by Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon named Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, which was revealed and created by this guy. And we got a throwback 2.5D Prince of Persia game featured, so I guess the showcase should have been called Ubisoft Backward. The rumored Far Cry Alaskan survival game was not announced as I had expected, since the series is past due for their next game announcement based on previous Far Cry reveal schedules. I just hope Ubisoft takes as much time as they need to release a product that will exceed expectations rather than removing features such as the map editor and PvP multiplayer like they did with Far Cry 6. Far Cry 7 may not be far along in development, if in development at all yet, based on insider rumors. The separate Far Cry survival game, however, seemed to be in development already, so where is the announcement? Previous unnumbered Far Cry games such as Far Cry Primal and New Dawn have been announced in different ways. Far Cry Primal was revealed in October of 2015 during a special Ubisoft stream, while Far Cry New Dawn was announced at the Game Awards in 2018. It's possible that Far Cry Alaskan Survival, as I like to call it, could still be revealed any day now, or maybe Ubisoft is waiting until this year's Game Awards to make their announcement there once again. I prefer if they skip these stripped down in between Far Cry games like Primal and New Dawn and put all their effort toward actually delivering a complete title after the gutted release of Far Cry 6, which again was only single player and co-op without any map editor or PvP multiplayer like we got with Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, and Far Cry 5. A project lead said Far Cry 6 was lacking these expected features so they could focus all on single player story, but it did not pay off and the game received worse reviews and sold less than Far Cry 5, and they disappointed me and a lot of the audience in the process. Saying they wanted to just focus on single player seems to just be an excuse for a rush game release if you ask me. To make it up, their next game should include a map editor and PvP, which was missing from Far Cry 6, whether it's a main numbered Far Cry game or not. I'd prefer the next release to be a standalone Far Cry Arcade that would expand and improve upon what's there in Far Cry 5 Arcade, with Far Cry 7 following after with this rumored new survival gameplay. I think Far Cry Arcade has the potential to stand on its own, but this cookie cutter Far Cry story mode did not, as we discovered with Far Cry 6. They can slap a higher number on it, but Far Cry 6 is much less in terms of overall content than Far Cry 5, 4, 3, 2, hashtag Ubisoft Backward. Ubisoft President Yves Guillemot, or however you say it, let me take over for you and call the shots. I'm a real gamer for 33 years and I won't be scared to weed out these creeps who work for you. Your talent has been flaying the building and it's not going to be easy recruiting new talent with the strategy you guys have been implementing lately. I'm going to be on the lookout for more info on the future of Far Cry, and I hope the future starts looking brighter over there at Ubisoft. I canceled my Netflix subscription a long time ago. I'm probably not going to watch this show, okay? I'm here to play games, not watch cartoons, alright? But hopefully it's a good show and some people enjoy it. Maybe that'll bring in more people into the Far Cry universe, so when they do release a new game, or you can search it up on YouTube, all my Far Cry 5 videos, maybe that'll bring some people into the battle arena and what have you, so that's good. And then, yeah, we got the 2.5D Prince of Persia. They're going backwards, like I said, Ubisoft Backward. I thought they're making a 3D game, now they're making a 2D side-scroller like one of the original Prince of Persia's. Now, it doesn't look any worse than their 3D games, so more power to them, but let's get to the good stuff here, the Far Cry, other than the cartoon. Let's get to the Far Cry games, the map editor. That's what I'm waiting on, guys. I haven't seen none of that since Far Cry 5. So they're all off schedule here. This Far Cry game should have been revealed by now. I do like that they're taking more time, though, because they really need to hunker down and really finally get out a decent title. Games are going up in price and they're taking features away. That ain't right to do to people, so they really need to make sure they get it all in there this time. Now I'm seeing rumors that the next Far Cry 7 main numbered title isn't even in development yet, so they're probably working on this little in-between title, whether that's going to be just the Alaskan survival game. What are they going to end up doing? Like I said, I hope they end up making an edition of Far Cry Arcade, like a standalone thing or something. That's what I want to see. I think that was really the greatest thing about Far Cry. That's where they were shining, in their map editor, in their Far Cry Arcade, where you can make your own levels and make your own creations, whether that be a single player experience, you can make co-op experience, or PvP experiences, custom made, a never ending flow of user generated content. That's the future, man. I'd love of that. They were doing it well too. They aren't doing too well in the single player story department, and the review scores show that with their latest single player co-op story only release. So go back to what you're good at, the map editor. Really focus in on that and make a standalone Far Cry Arcade release that you won't even have to put all that much work into it, to be honest. Maybe you can make it free to play even and charge microtransactions, and that could be a great return on investment because the players are going to be creating most of the content. You just got to give us the tools like you normally do with the map editor, and we're off to the races. So I don't know why you guys don't try that there. So I don't know when this next one's going to be announced. Like I said, if I had to put money on it, it's not going to be Far Cry 7 coming next, or maybe they decide, you know, we really got to do something different and really take our time, and we're not going to do any kind of in-between release whatsoever. We're going to go from Far Cry 6 to Far Cry 7 for the first time in a very long time for the series, not having any kind of in-between title. But maybe that's the way to go. If you make Far Cry 7 and it's got everything we're looking for with the map editor and the story and the co-op and the PvP, maybe that's the way to do it, because I wasn't into Primal and New Dawn and all that without map editors and PvP, and they even really phoned it in when Far Cry Primal was the same exact map as Far Cry 4, just kind of reskinned, and those are kind of a waste of time if you ask me. But I think maybe they could be waiting until the Game Awards too. That's a big event towards the end of the year where they have revealed titles before, so that's a possibility. And I still can't believe that project lead, I think he might have been the director, game director or something, I don't even want to put his name out there. This poor guy is probably just really doing the best he could, but Ubisoft was wanting to rush this game out, but he didn't have to lie to the people, man. And he said they're just gonna take out this and take out that and take out this so they could focus on the single player, and people are not happy with the single player direction, which is why they're thinking about switching it up so much with the survival gameplay. And I think that's the right move, but man, he really lied to us there. I do believe they didn't have enough time to focus on nothing else, so they had to, well, we're taking it out so we can focus on single player so we can release something to the people, because they didn't have anything. Like I said, man, focus on that map editor where you guys really know how to shine there. But Ubisoft really needs to stop shortchanging us. If they want to be successful, you can't do that to the consumer too long before they go elsewhere and you don't see them again. Not only that, but if you guys keep making these half-ass titles like Far Cry 6, you're going to lose your talent. People aren't going to be inspired to join your crew and work for you, and all the talent's going to go elsewhere. Then you won't have anybody to even make the game you want to if you give them the time to do it. So Ubisoft president Yves Guillemot over there, I hope you're listening to this video and really taking notes here, because I feel like maybe you don't got your ear to the streets, you know what I mean? You don't really know what's going on there, and you really need to start, like I said in another video about all the sexual misconduct that you're letting run rampant at your workplace. That's gonna push people away too, and I hear it already has. So you really need to hold people accountable for bad behavior. You might think they're an asset, but if you lose every other asset because one of your assets is grabbing too many assets, if you know what I'm saying, then you're going to be left with not enough assets. So hopefully they get it together in this next release. So until next time, this has been Rusty Pfluger. Rusty Pfluger, over and out.